Ho, ho, ho. How long ago was Christmas? What's that, about, what, 2 weeks? More than 2 weeks? On the 16th day of Christmas, lockpicking legends. Anyway, the video is late. Now, I know to have a successful YouTube channel, you've got to be consistent. And I am always late. I say a video every Sunday, it's usually about Tuesday. So that's consistency, and thank you for that. But I think we're still in time for a sincere and honest Happy New Year. I really hope 2023 is an absolute cracker for you all. Life hasn't been easy in a lot of places on this planet. For the last couple of years, so I really hope that you make something of this year. You know, you only get one life, but if you make it count, you only need one. You know, I was talking to a friend the other day about something really bad that happened in his life years ago, and I said to him, you know, you must, you know, really resent that, and you know what happened. And he said, well, I try and look for the positives in everything. And he said, because what that event actually meant for my life was I took a different direction. And the direction he took is actually has actually been far more exciting, enjoyable and unpredictable than what would have happened if the event hadn't have happened. I think what I'm saying is it's kind of stoic, but you know, the negative consequences of something, they'll come and find you. Don't worry about that. They'll be all over you like a rash. But the positives, often you need to go and look for them. But they are there. You know, so a sincerely meant Happy New Year to you all. Right, let's pick some locks, you lock-picking legends. And what have I got here? Dangerfield? What kind of name is Dangerfield? Where'd you get that from? Lovely presentation. I like all that about this brand. You know, you can give that as a gift, and it's not giving someone a greasy plastic bag with a couple of bits of metal in it. It's a nice presentation, and it continues on the interior. You know, when I started lockpicking years ago, you'd have nothing like this. You know, and this is nice because it makes these things more naturalized. People don't think you're some kind of criminal. Bold branding on the actual body of the pick there, and this is lovely. It's really light. I mean, jackknives weigh a ton. Oh, put them on your key ring, yeah, and you'll be walking like you've got a limp. But this is lightweight but tough. So you unwind that there, top of keyway tensioner that comes out there. But it's a top of keyway tensioner that's been designed to be able to use bottom of keyway as well. In here you've got a Bogota, a Batarang, an S-rake, a City rake, half diamond, a deforest, a round-headed hook, and a slightly shorter flat-headed hook. Yeah, nice. Word on the street, on those lockpicking streets, is there's going to be more packs coming out. So you can add more to this. It will take, I don't know how many it will take, but you know, I think there's 8 in there at the moment, and the tension wrench. And the tension wrench stays locked in there. You don't have it stuck in the back like other jackknives to break your thumbnail when you're trying to get it out. So yeah, really well engineered, great bit of design. And I'll show you that screw that you think looks a bit awkward, I just tighten that up, you'll see that actually works lovely. And it does. It's ergonomically designed. We've got the bog out. Here we go. Shutter lock. What's it? Inco, I think. Some Amazon jobby. Now, that top wrench, I'm using as a bot wrench. That top of keyway wrench, I'm using as a bottom of keyway wrench. And this is what you do with a rake. I mean, there are more advanced raking possibilities. Bang. Lovely. I mean, you know, not the most secure of locks, but nice, smooth, polished Bogota there. Wish I could say the same about the design of the lock. Use that for nothing. This is a Carl F. Now this has got 2 spools in it, and I'm going to use the tock as a bock again. See, the reason you use a tock is because the lock demands it. The reason you use a bock, oh dear, there's 2 spools in that. You can rake security pins, people. People say you can't. You can. You just have to mess around with the tension. In the last video, we talked about tension. Why so high? Why so low? Well, how do you pick a lock? The answer is in the lock. Yeah, we'll get out that one of those hooks. Tighten that up. Nice. Let's have a look at the old... we'll get that out. Let's have a look at the Y210. It's a Y210. It's an absolute classic. That's a lovely noise. Sounds like my spine when I get up in the morning. Now this is absolutely rammed with security pins. It's got one standard pin, if I remember rightly, and the rest of them are security pins. Now, using the tock as a tock here, because the lock has told me that, you know, I need the room at the bottom. And you'll see that because you'll see the angle of the pick. There you go. That's falling into a false set. But the angle of the pick, a little bit of counter rotation there as well. That's showing me there's a bit more counter rotation. But you'll see that the angle of the pick, that's because these spools are quite deep. They're not the deepest I've seen, but they're certainly in here. And you can see how I've got my thumb on that screw there. And it works a treat. Let me just focus this camera. I mean, that's better. So, you know, you can't see a lot when you're videoing lockpicking, but it'd be nice to see. It would be nice to see what you can't see. But what's lovely about this is the weight of it. Not only do you not walk like you've got a broken leg if it's on your keyring, but picking locks. You know, look at a standard lockpick. It hasn't got half ounce of metal up one end like most jackknives. And with this, you really don't notice that. Well, obviously, you know it's not a standard pick. That would be ridiculous. But it isn't like one. You know, it isn't like all the other jackknives, the H&H, the Southall, the multi-picks, all of them. It's not. Just working through these. Searching for those elusive 5 spool pins. 5 spool pins, 1 standard pin. But they're not too much drama. Look at the angle of that pick there. Look at it. Incredible. Oy, oy, oy. Now obviously I could have retook this video and had this picked in seconds, but this is lock picking. I've picked this lock in 30 seconds before. That's why I chose it. I chose it for this video. But sometimes that doesn't happen. I've got locks that I've been able to pick really easily for years. And then all of a sudden, no. Interesting to see the angle of the pick there. As I'm trying to get that up and under that spool pin. Release a little bit of tension off. Oh, that one's done. There you go. Look, you see the counter. Look, and the depth as well. Look, the way the picking and the tension tool combine. You can see the depth of that spool there. That's set nicely. Right. Where are we? Oh, lovely Jabale. That's a Y1 keyway, so it is slightly paracentric. There you go. And if you're watching this and thinking, how are you picking those locks? I can't do it. No, no one can when they start. I promise you, if you practice and you consistently practice, you'll be able to pick all of these locks in about 6 months. If that. I know people that are picking security pins in a matter of weeks. Obsessive, lunatic people who glued the picks to their hands. This is a CISA 5 pin. It's got another 5 security pins. That one I just picked is it's like a weird kind of shaped serrated sort of barrel pin, but I call it like a gatekeeper. I pick that first. It does bind first, and then I move on. But then it tends to fall out, and then I have to go back to it. And then when I pick another, good lord, the depth of these spool pins is ridiculous. I mean, again, if you look at the angle of the pick when I'm having to deal with them, let off. If you haven't seen the video on counter rotation, you must. I'll link it in the top right of this video now. But you can see the interplay of the pick and the tension tool. And because we've got 5 spools and that one weird serrated barrel, there you go, lovely. Absolutely lovely. You can pick locks with practice, people. That's all there is to it. Knowledge and practice. And that is the Dangerfield EDC multi-tool with a Toc wrench. I'll pop the... I'll give you a little look at those again. Nice picks, nicely rounded off, no sharp edges. Really nice. Sitting there lovely. The Toc wrench... Now I do sometimes get this backwards, but nice little design. That goes in there. And then you should... Hang on. Marketing genius. Welcome to Lockpicking Legends. Right, it needed opening a bit. There you go. Pop that in there. And... I did not swap that for another multi-tool. There you go. I like that being inside. There it is. There it is. There's the B side. Like I say, word on the street is there'll be other sets of picks coming out to put in this tool. I hope you enjoyed that. I did. Have a cracking year. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. Check out some of the other videos. A thumbs up is really appreciated. I'm begging you. Just a little soft touch on that thumbs up. It makes such a difference. We've had videos with like 5,000 views and 32 thumbs up, and the analytics say that 80% of people watch the whole video. Surely you like it. Surely. Take care, everyone. Oh, God. There's a monsoon in the air. Ta-ta.
No.
That's so exciting, and it's so amazingly attractive.